I appeared on the Robin Boat segment.
Now, did you sit with Scott and work out something?
Yeah, I realized, like, we had it worked out in the other studio, and Scott goes, I want you to know I had nothing to do with the design of this studio. I go, Scott, that's irrelevant now. Water under the bridge. It seems to me that this studio is at least as good as the one we had at K-Rock, if not better.
Yeah.
There's no reason we shouldn't be able to duplicate how I looked at K-Rock. First of all, you guys got the cameras way too close on my face. Well, people got to be able to see you. I said, wrong!
Wasn't that one of the things you worked out, that you weren't supposed to be able to see you?
You don't need to see every bit of me. Honestly. Look at Artie.
I mean, again,
You want to see someone.
if I was like a real good-looking guy, I think you'd have issues. But I think you always look fine here, especially next to me and Benji.
No, the lighting was way brighter. You know,
I don't get what you hate. What do you
but
hate?
in other
You
words,
hate a direct shot of your face.
I
like,
do. I want
direct-
my face always to appear sideways. You should never see. It should almost
You
be
mean
like
a profile?
Yeah, it should be a profile. I look better in profile than I do straight on.
You know, now that you say that on the E! Show, you definitely never do see you straight on. You're always
and
looking.
they know this. These guys have all been working with me for 20 years. I don't know how long. Then they got my chicken neck in full view.
Right.
With,
How did they get that?
I don't know. They lit it, and my chicken neck is all in full view. I said, guys, we used to have dramatic, like a purplish hue to the lighting. It was the signature of the show. Now you got high def. Now is a reason to obscure me more. And these fucking guys act like they don't know who I am. Every couple of months, I got to go check their work. I do. You know what I like.
So untrue. That's what I was trying to tell you.
Thank God I watched the Robin episode.
You think I work for the competition or something? The way you talk.
You must work for XM.
Right, dude. I
You
swear
must
to
work
God,
for Oprah TV.
we spent 2 hours here yesterday trying to get light off your neck.
Yesterday.
After the show. Well,
Yeah. Well, come on. Look out for me, dude.
I told
What,
you
I gotta check
already.
your work? What is this, school? Come on, dude. You see what I look like. You see I don't have a pretty face. I got a big chicken neck and a big gargoyle
Dude, you're the
Adam's apple.
star of the show.
Yeah,
I mean,
help
you know,
me out. Help me out.
You should.
Scott,
I
Scott,
widened the shot out this morning
don't-
already,
good.
and it doesn't match the other shots in studio.
Too bad. Figure it out. That's what you're paid all this
And as
huge
far as
amount
the
of money
old
for.
studio goes, we have the same angles. The angles
No,
were
you don't.
3/4 to profile.
It's
We've
not-
got it. I showed you. You said you
This
liked it
is my
yesterday.
meeting yesterday. Dude.
You said you liked the
I
guest
did after I fixed everything.
You didn't do shit. What are you talking about? You fixed anything? You didn't do anything. We showed
You've
you
got to
tape
stop
from before
inventing golf equipment and make me look good. That's your job. I don't see the golf equipment thing paying off.
You
When that
guys-
starts
Are you
paying off, you
using-
can make me look
Are
bad.
you using that video caddy in here? Is
Holy
that how you
shit.
get
Can I
this
talk to your
chicken neck?
therapist? Come on, man.
Come on.
You're
Come on, man. Help me out. Huh?
I
Do
am.
your job.
And that's the problem. That's the biggest thing I tried to explain to you yesterday. That you think
Dude,
that I'm
did
not
that look
trying
like
to help
the
you
old E!
out.
show? Does the lighting in here look like the old E! show? You should know that.
Absolutely, dude. We changed the lighting
All
probably
right.
10
All right, you can
times in
leave.
the old
You can
show.
leave. You can leave.
We have you way down low. You're dark as crap. You're blended in with the background,
No.
but I don't care.
You don't care. That's
Of course.
exactly right. You
Of
don't
course.
care. Of course
That
you
was
don't
not
care.
the thing to say.
I do absolutely care. Jesus
You just
Christ,
said
I've
you don't
lost my
care.
fucking life over this show.
You lost
and all
your
the time
life.
He lose.
What did you lose?
your
You lost your hair,
hair,
not
baby.
your
I don't
life.
mean life, but I spent a lot of
Get
time
out
on
of here.
this
Get
shit.
out of here. You're insane. Get the best job in show
Lost
business.
my
Yeah,
life. What
yeah.
life?
Come on.
My life waking up at 4 in the morning. every morning.
Really, man. Help me out, huh, bro?
All right, no
All right.
problem. I'll go back and now I'll help you out.
Yeah, help
Starting
me
now.
out.
Starting right
If
now.
you don't have the ability to see what I'm talking about,
And I do.
Robin Rodzinski knew how I like to be shot. She did.
Dude, you really
And-
you don't
and
know
Doug
anything.
Goodstein should know.
What decisions did Robin Drodzinski ever make about how you looked? Come
Well,
on.
she was the executive producer, and I liked the way I looked.
Yeah, but I was doing the damn work.
But
she
was-
didn't decide
no,
any of that
but you're
stuff.
the guy doing the work where I look bad.
She would comment.
She wasn't here.
Dude, there were plenty of times you thought you looked bad in the old place, and we fixed it.
Well, fix it again.
And I do, and I did, and it's.
She kept you in line somehow.
Yeah,
Maybe
all
you're
right,
jealous of me, and you have to make me look bad.
Is it a
All right.
plot?
Yeah.
Is this what all the directors who graduated Glassboro State are about?
You know that
Take some
school
pride in your
changed
work.
its name.
Glassboro State changed its name? They changed their name because of Scott?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
They're running from him.
I bet if I was George W. Bush, he'd make me look good on
Oh,
camera.
yeah.
Yeah.
You're as delusional about me as you are about the Bush
It'd
administration.
certainly make more sense.
You still back in the Iraq war? You think it was a good decision?
Absolutely.
You think it was the right move?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
And so did everyone before we went there, dude. We went there for one fucking reason: weapons of mass destruction.
Yeah, and there were
And
none.
now-
We were
And the
lied
whole
to.
world thought they were there.
Yeah, but they weren't. Bush knew
They
wasn't
were.
there.
We stood. It was, dude. It's
come
not
out
all about
already, you
nuclear
knew.
weapons.
But
It's
when
about
you're lied to, of course we were all for it.
dude.
But wake up and smell the fucking coffee and get my picture right.
See, that's what happens
let's not
when
talk
you don't want to talk
politics with
politics.
him.
All right, fine.
He's still for
If
them.
I don't look good by
Dude,
next week, you're
absolutely.
getting
you guys
a
are a bunch
Richard.
of revisionists. You
If
don't
I
wanna-
don't look good by next week, you're getting a Richard Christie mushroom stamp right on your cheek.
Ah, there you go.
Yeah, he'll get a fist in his balls.
Thank you.
Scott, if it takes making me look uglier to fix it, I'm fine.
I don't care what you do to Artie.
I'll take a sacrifice.
Whatever you have to do. Chrissy, you're on the air.
Hello.
Hi.
Oh my gosh. First of all, I just have to tell you, I love you guys to death. I adore you.
Thank you.
And I want to know, is Scott blind?
Scott, which
Scott the
one?
engineer. Is he blind?
You mean Scott
Scott
Depace?
Depace is probably what you mean, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Howard on TV on demand looks nothing like the show used to look on E!
I know. This guy, he wants to say he's an expert. For someone not to see the difference, you would have to be insane. And I said to him,
on E! It was so intimate and the light was so great. And
absolutely.
it's not.
Well, I
even
worked many
anywhere
years
close.
on getting the lighting just right, and I just assumed that everyone was on the same page. It is the same crew.
Right.
There are people here who want to sabotage me and want to make me look bad on TV.
well, I don't think you can look bad. You always look
Well,
handsome,
thank you.
but-
Shut up, lady. Listen, the lighting.
She's right, and don't say shut up to
The
my
lighting
fans.
is not different on you. The lighting in the background. We actually have a set
I
now.
want it the same. I don't want a set. I could care less. Make me look proper. I could look like a monster. I look like Nosferatu.
And also, the shot that we have on
Fred,
camera
take off your
one.
mask.
Now that's funny.
All right, thank you.
The shot that we have now is the same shot when you're looking at Robin. It's a three-quarter
No,
shot.
I never
and that's
allowed
what
a
it
three-quarter
was. Yes,
shot.
you did.
Scott, you don't know what you're talking about. The woman's she's a fan. She knows. She
Look,
knows
there's your shot right there.
Yeah, better. And now, and too much neck.
So
Get the
much
light
brighter.
down.
It's so much brighter.
That's
It's
look at
unbelievable.
Robin though. And
That's not the shot.
Is that the shot?
because you're not looking where you should be. If you're looking at Robin, that is
I
the
don't
shot.
care. Move, change, get cameras, do something. I'm looking at Robin. I see Robin.
Yeah.
Fuck you think I'm doing? I see her right there.
And normally, if you're looking over here,
This is
I'd
all
use
neck
camera.
and Adam's
I'd
apple.
use camera 4.
Look at this, Rob. Watch. I'm going to do a dance with my Adam's apple.
Put camera 4 in the monitor, guys.
No, get out of here, Scott. I got to take you off this. Where's Doug Goodstein?
What about a turtleneck?
I think your Xbox is leaking toxic waste and making you blind. That's what I think. It's causing your hair to fall out, and you're not looking at me properly. Now, make me look handsome. I didn't say it was easy. Just do it.
Howard.
Yeah, Doug, come on. Come on. What are you doing, Doug? You're killing me with this guy. Why are you making me
this
deal
guy.
with him?
Scott.
Yeah, why are you making me deal with him?
Scott knows. Scott is the best man for this. You know it. I know it's fun to go for him. But
I always thought so.
I've been here
He's
12
killing
years,
me.
dude.
Even this woman, Chrissy, is saying
we
she
could
thinks
bring
he
the
looks like
lights.
a gargoyle.
Should we just bring the lights down?
Yeah,
Make it black.
Make it black.
Okay, make it black.
Yeah, I don't want to be seen anymore. Did you see that side shot?
Scott's lighting the same.
Go
That
watch
shot
the
is
old-
not a shot I would use, Howard.
Go
When you
watch-
look at Robin,
go
I would
watch
use it.
the old E shows,
So
and
he
that's
can't
what I
look
want.
over there?
Move me back
the
to the
monitor is
K-Rock
over there. I
studios.
can't move them. If the
Howard.
monitor was in front of you, then,
Hey,
then
Scott,
you'd like
why don't
it.
we get lift up your arms? You see giant sweat marks under there? Look, lift them up. Look at what's going
You
on
make
under
me
there.
fucking sweat.
All right. Look at no that arm. Look at that arm.
Holy shit.
Lift up that arm.
What? God, so you
That's how
guys
you
don't
know he's
sweat?
pissed.
No.
What's wrong with you guys?
Where's that sweat mark?
Dude, well,
What are you sweating about?
Dude, I sweat like you.
Yeah, these guys, he's a girl.
But I'm
I'm a girl.
I'm disgusting, fat, and hairy.
Fuck more girls than you asshole.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I bet you I have.
No, you haven't.
Oh, he's got
Not even
stories.
now,
He fucked
he's-
everyone according to
Yeah,
him.
he fucked everyone.
What's your
He's fucking me.
What's your number, Depace?
Longer track
I am the
record than
girl.
Howard.
No, I don't
He's
know.
right.
Depace, what's your number?
I don't know. I bet it would be in
I've fucked 20,000 women. What do you think of that?
mid-30s to 40, maybe. something
Wow,
like
that's
that.
not bad.
Wow. Well, you
How many hookers?
had more than I. How much
All
did you
of them
pay?
were women?
Never once.
High
Who's
five.
had hotter chicks? That's an interesting.
All right, well.
Anybody can put up numbers.
30 or 40. When was he getting these women?
I think. Oh, please don't believe
God,
it.
I swear to God.
Yeah, pigs.
When he had hair.
College, plenty. In L.A., when I lived there, plenty.
I know a lot of guys who you wouldn't consider winners. Not that you're not a winner, but who would fuck like
What would make you think
who
that?
fucked 100 chicks
Listen, I don't
because they
care
have no
how many.
standards.
I don't care how many women he's fucked. I don't care how many
agree.
women
I do.
Doug Goodstein's fucked. I care about my camera looking halfway decent, and it can be done. We did it over at K-Rock. You could do it
You
here.
said yesterday you liked the angle that we had for your guest interview.
Yeah,
Okay.
all right. Just come on. And Doug, ever since you got that operation on your eyes with those
Stop
bug eyes,
that.
I don't think you could see.
No,
I think
he wants to
I can't
see
see.
too much.
I've got a blind executive producer.
I don't have bug eyes. Let's put that to bed.
I'm dying to hear Jason's feedback.
Me too, Mr. Know Nothing.
Doug
Jason.
Goodstein says to me, "Bring me in when Barat's here." He goes, "Because he'll never guess I'm Jewish."
I
don't
didn't
look
say that
Jewish."
at all.
Yeah, I said, "Are you kidding? You're as Jewy as they come.
Please.
Get out of here."
I don't look Jewish. I never get taken for a
Howard.
Jew.
I knew you were a Jew the second I spotted
Do you
you.
wear that as a badge
I don't
of
even have a
honor?
look. I have no nose.
You've got horns.
I don't
on
have a
your
big
head.
nose. You see my nose? Look at that.
What is
There's
it,
no
Jason?
bone.
You can see your claws.
The problem with Scott is that he really doesn't know what he's doing when it comes to directing a television show.
What?
Jason, shut the fuck up.
Good thing I'm here.
And you know what, dude?
You know who teaches
I'm not
him
going to
how to
take
use
this
his camera?
piece of fat.
He
piece of
has
shit.
no experience
Shut-
directing a
Shut, you know
television
what?
show
I'll
before
take it
this.
from Howard, not from you. You
He got
fuckers.
no lessons on how to direct the show.
You're
he
a
never directed
douchebag.
anything before this, and he probably got that camera shot at K-Rock lucky. He probably just fell upon
No, I
it, and
had
now
to
you don't
work
know how
on
to
it.
recreate
Jason,
it.
you're so disinteresting. Get out of here, you fucker.
Dude, don't
out
get
of
upset with me because you can't do your job, man.
So
We've been here for
disinteresting.
9 months. You can't get it right.
Dude,
You got to get it right.
you're gonna let him do that to me? I'll take it from you. You're gonna let him say that?
What? Now I censor him?
Cut off his mic.
Cut off his mic.
How long have you felt this way, Jason?
Who teaches? Wait. Who teaches Jason? Who teaches you how to take pictures?
Who taught you?
Who's teaching me how to take pictures?
Who's teaching? Who's
No,
teaching you?
Scott's a good guy and he's knowledgeable about
Oh,
certain
thank
things. But
you.
I mean,
Exactly.
look, you can't get the
Direct
camera
the show.
shot right.
Go direct the show.
What can you do?
what's your
Type?
problem, man?
What can you
You know
do?
how to
Type?
do it. You know
You're a
everything.
typer. That's all
I'm a
you
better
do.
typer than you're a director.
Well, good. I'll take a class for an hour and I'll be as good as you.
You
The
want-
fuck is
Go
that?
for it,
Do
dude.
you
You're a
want
typer,
Jason
dude.
to direct a program to show you how?
Scott got his job when like someone got sick and he was like the janitor and filled in or something like that.
No, that's the camera
Dude,
guy for
who makes more money, me or you? Maybe that might
What
be a
an
little bit of a
injustice
proof.
that is too.
What am I doing? Why am I arguing with you? I hate
Scott,
you. You're-
Scott, you do a very good job. Oh,
Jason hates Scott.
Now he's pissed.
Clearly, he must hate him.
Did he just quit?
Who put you up to that?
You know, I didn't know you.
That's
Who made you
irreparable
do that?
damage.
No,
right
no
there.
one made me do it.
I didn't know you were going to be that hard.
I don't know. I can get under Scott's skin so easily.
Scott's a good director.
No, he's a good guy.
I just want him to get the shot. And Doug, everyone back there has to work on making me look handsome, and that's the
We will.
job. That's the job description. And I know it's not easy. I see what I look like.
Well, yeah, you
Yeah.
the
You don't
template
have to
is
point
tough.
out my problems. That's not your job. Just hide them. And there
Okay.
are ways to hide what is wrong with me.
Can I just put a bag over your head every morning?
You want to be funny or you want to get to
No,
work?
I'm-
Just
you
give me
know,
what we
okay,
had
okay.
on the old E show.
Okay, we're gonna work on it.
All right. I have
and,
faith in my team.
You should.
I do. I have faith in Scott.
We'll get there.
All
I
right,
think
thank
we're
you.
getting very close.
Good. All right.
God bless you.
Yeah.
Did they have it yesterday? When you
I don't know. You know what? I'm so tired. I just said, it looks better to
go
me.
along with it.
Well, what is it, Ralphie? Do you know? Can you shed some light on this?
Here's the toxic that we were missing.
Yeah, I can. Your shot in the old E show, I was involved with your lighting and your shot, and
Thank you.
Scott sort of refuses to involve me here, so that might
Well,
be something.
would
I
you
could
do
be
me?
wrong.
Would you do me a favor?
I even called him the other day and said, Scott, let me know. I'll help however he can. And Scott's like, well, that's sort of like saying, how do you know? I said, Scott, I'm just trying to help. I'll give you some input.
Yeah, he's defensive. Do me a
very
favor.
defensive.
Would you
Not
have a
good,
meeting
Scott.
with them and give them your thoughts?
I tried. I called Doug. I called
Doug,
Scott.
I am
said, I'll be
demanding-
there whenever you want. It doesn't
Doug,
happen.
I am demanding a meeting between you, Ralph, and Scott, and let him look at some of the footage and give his recommendation.
Like, what kind of input would you have, Ralph?
He does, though. He's good.
No,
he
I'm
knows.
just wondering.
He would just suggest lighting
I don't
and.
know. The shot Howard showed me that didn't look good. It just looked like it was like a spotlight was on him.
Yeah, it was big bright light, right?
Yeah. And they're light. And Scott's talking about lighting a set. Who gives a fuck about the set? Light you.
Yeah. I don't give a fuck about the set.
Well, that's what he's doing. He's lit the
There could be
set because I
fucking
noticed
pink
it's
wallpaper in the background. You don't care. You
It's
just
nice and bright.
it's awfully bright in here.
Everyone in show business knows
And
light
there's
is
an angle,
not my
too,
friend.
And I explained to Scott when we do photo shoots. You know,
Why are you anti-Ralph being in on this?
Dude, first of all,
He's my guy.
No problem. That's not the point. Ralph doesn't know what
Take
the
the
fuck he's
ego
talking
out.
about. He has
Ego
no
out.
idea. He said the other day, if Howard looks bright, bring his light down. That's 1 out of 25 things I could do to make you look darker. He doesn't understand.
I understand. But what do you mean?
You're an idiot, Ralph.
Okay, well, see, that's the problem. You have that attitude.
You know,
and-
you tell me, we had an hour and a half long phone conversation the other day. Everything was cool. I said, Ralph, let me try to deal with it, and we'll get you in there later in the week. He was going to
get
come
him
in
in.
Thursday. That's
Listen
what
to
we
what
were talking about.
Why are you waiting till later in the week? If you had a meeting about this on Tuesday, why didn't you tell me to come in Tuesday?
Ralph.
Why do you want to do it on your own?
Dude, who the hell are you?
He's
Why
my
am I
guy.
going to sit there? He's your guy. What's his title?
He's a stylist.
What do I need a title for, Scott?
He
Why
comes-
don't you-
Dude, well, why don't I have Jason back there and Will, and why don't I bring Gary in too?
No,
it's my job.
He's got a good eye for this.
You know
I
what?
bring him to all my shoots. When I do various shoots, he comes and he makes suggestions. He's good. He's got a good eye. He's
I have
artistic.
an eye for this shit,
Okay.
Scott. I mean, I don't. What? All right,
It's the same guy picking out your clothes that half the times look like shit too, right? Right, Ralph?
I'm happy with the clothes he picks.
Yeah, well, that's not what he told me. He said you guys had a conversation. You didn't like some of the clothes.
Some I don't.
I've been asking you for fucking 6 months to give me tape, and you're
Why
like,
don't you show up every once in a while? We've got him in the computer.
Finally, I had to call you yesterday or a couple days ago and said this is ridiculous already. Just give me some.
Dude, why not? Hey, you know what, dude? You're here once a week. You easily could ask me to look at shows, and I could show you about 20 of them right there. But no, you've never once done that, so don't put that shit on me.
Stand in the control room. You need to put it on DVD and send it to me.
Oh, I need to do everything for you. You know what? Make it happen yourself.
All right, so I'll take over the control room too.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm sure you know what the hell you're doing in there.
sure I
I think you've
would.
been in a control room
Scott,
twice
the
in
guy-
your life.
Guy just wants to help.
Sweaty pits.
Wants to help you.
Yeah. Well,
That's all.
Oh, geez, Scott's having a bad day.
man, I swear to God, if there was a block of wood here, I'd fucking smash it.
You can bring in a block of wood.
Bring in a block of wood.
And that's your problem. That's your problem. If Jason has a suggestion, you should
Shut the fuck up, Jason. I'm not going to take a suggestion from Jason.
that's-
I'm
Why?
not.
Why? What's
I'm
wrong
not.
with Jason?
Because Jason doesn't know what the hell he's talking
Jason's a
about.
very hard worker.
Why don't we just get called? Take some calls. Maybe I'll take some
I didn't ask for
suggestions
Jason.
from them.
Jason didn't offer a suggestion. Ralph did, and Ralph has a track record of working on the E Show. He's an employee
Fine.
of them.
So we'll get him in and he can fix it.
All right, good.
All right,
now
good,
you're
'cause
talking.
Then I can be on the golf course more.
Well, maybe that's the problem.
Yeah, maybe that's the problem. I haven't put enough time here. Yeah, I'm sure.
Oh, it is the problem.
It is not the problem.
You just said it's the problem that you're
I
on the
said
golf
maybe
course
that
too
is.
much. If that's the problem, let's straighten that out.
All right.
right.
So,
You got to dump either the Xbox or the golfing. Man.
dude, shut up with the Xbox. It's a joke that's went on too long. I play the thing once every 3 months.
Sure.
With the headset,
I haven't done that in a year.
Thank you, Ralph.
take camera 4.
Oh, my goodness. Poor Scott's going to commit suicide.
No, he's fine. He's just got
That's too much of a beat now for him. He can't take it.
I'm going to make Ralph his boss.
You just told him that everybody can tell him how to do his job.
No, just Ralph does have some sort of take
No,
on
you
it.
even telling him Jason should sit.
Well, Jason could help. Jason. Jason watches a lot of TV. Look at his physique. When Ralph is sick, Jason will take over. So Scott Depace got into a whole big fight, our director, with Jason and Ralph on the wrap-up show.
You really do believe that Scott doesn't have the talent to do the...
Scott directs the show fine. I think Scott
Fine,
carries
fine,
himself
oh, great.
with
Thanks
a little
for
bit
that
of
confidence.
with a little bit of self-importance, and sometimes sometimes it's fun to goof on him.
See, that's
Look,
just it, dude.
Like a lot of us here.
You know nothing.
Listen.
You know nothing. You're sitting there listening to Howard. You know nothing. What
How do
goes
you
into
know
my
what
job?
I know? What I, listen, you don't know
I
anything.
know you're an idiot.
Dude, every day you leave here at noon. I'm here till 5, 6
Bullshit.
working. You don't know anything.
You don't know what time I leave. I don't leave here at noon.
Look, one of the great things
And
about
just because
this
I
place
leave here doesn't mean I'm done my work. I do plenty of work from home.
is that a lot of us came from not a lot of experience. Even Gary wasn't a producer when he
Right.
started
The great
here.
thing about
and he
this-
turned into a great producer, and you turned into an okay director. So I don't understand what the
know,
problem is.
I swear to God, guys, I can't do this. I'm done. I gotta.
Really?
I got real work to do.
No, I got you.
I'm about. Dude, Dude, at another point in my life, I would have taken you and fucking kicked the shit out of you.
Oh,
So
why
I don't-
me? What,
I don't
everyone's
wanna
goofing
see
on you and you gotta come and
Dude.
take this shit out of me?
This is like torture. I'm sitting here in a fucking glass booth, and I gotta listen to this fat fuck tell me shit.
Oh, sorry, Skinny.
Scott, if you don't really care,
I'm certainly, dude. Listen, I'll take my shape over yours any day.
Oh,
Scott.
please, you fat thighs.
Dude, you got fat everything. You've got 8 chins. You've got no hair. You've got no life. You make no money. You've got no fucking future. What do? You're nothing.
No
You're a
life
piece
or
of
future.
shit.
Listen, you're very lucky. You have a wife who
piece
makes a
of
lot of
shit.
money. Because
You know what?
if this all went away, so don't worry about it.
Oh, man.
wow.
He
Jason.
was brutal.
Jason's
Jason's a good arguer.
Jason did sound like a chick when he went, "You have fat thighs."
That was a little gay.
Scott fell for it.
Then Depace walked out of the wrap-up
Yeah,
show.
that's when he walked out. And then all of a sudden I heard this thunderous, thing. And he was running down the hall to get back there.
I don't need to know how an engine works, but if the car doesn't start, you got to.
Yeah, but if I go to the mechanic and say,
my car's not starting.
if I go to the mechanic and say, oh, I bet it's because you didn't put gas in it, isn't he going to be fucking a little offended?
No.
Yes.
No. Why are you
piece
so
of
fucking
shit.
defensive? That's your problem, Scott.
No, your problem
He's
is
insecure.
Jason's right. It is insecurity.
So Scott ran out of the studio, and here he is. I think it was the noise from his thunderous thighs as he ran down the hall to get back in.
Do you respect Ralph's opinion?
No.
And that's the problem. Howard
Absolutely,
does,
no.
and Howard's the boss. And you
But
should
no,
listen to him.
well, wait, let me quantify
He's the
that.
boss of you.
I don't respect your opinion any more than anyone else's.
Well, wait a second. How's that sound?
Yeah, so you don't respect other people's opinions. What
No,
makes you more qualified
everyone's
than
on
Ralph?
some level. I don't think Ralph's got some sort
What
of
makes you
hold on,
more
hold on.
qualified than
I
Ralph?
don't think Ralph has any big secret that he knows how to do this sort of thing and no one else
What
does.
makes you more qualified?
I don't think I do either, Scott.
Scott, who's
Well, absolutely you do. Every conversation I've had with you says, well, if you want me to come in and fix it, let me know.
Scott? Whose opinion do you respect?
I mean, please, listen, John, I want to meet with you later, and I want to go over how the wrap-up show should start happening. Gary, with you, I've got ideas for guests, and I'm going to tell you what I think we should do. And Jason, I've got ideas how we need a new type keyboard for you,
By the way,
because that's all you
you're giving
do.
me photography advice, and I've taken it, and I thank you for it.
No, you didn't. You got real defensive, and I told you
No.
you did. Didn't you?
No.
I love the fighting. I love fighting. It's like a symphony.
Oh, he was on fire.
He's the best.
There was no calming him yesterday.
Ralph said he got a call for over an hour of yelling at home,
Off the air.
off the air. Never, ever fight off the air. That's the rule on this show.
Well, I mean,
you're
you're-
fired if you fight off the air.
You're telling a guy that's been doing a job for 12 years that he doesn't know what he's doing.
No.
I mean, someone's going to take offense to that.
All I said to him is that I want my lighting and my camera angle improved. Then everybody jumped on the fucking guy.
Yeah, which is fair enough. I think he could have dealt with that, but it was, I think.
Right.
He
But
didn't like the piling on.
Yeah,
But
the-
I gotta
the
tell ya-
yelling from the bleachers.
on this show, people pile on.
Well, Jason was a broadside, though. I mean, that came
was so
out
uncharacteristic of
nowhere.
Jason.
Yeah.
Jason came out of nowhere, flying leap like a wrestler.
He was like Lee Harvey Oswald.
yeah, he just shot him right in the head.
All right, make
Actually,
correction.
Jack
Sirhan,
Ruby.
Sirhan.
He was like, hey, you're a shitty director.
Or Jack Ruby, you're walking
Yeah,
through a press conference
I
and
mean,
you get
Jason's
blasted.
like such a tender guy, and to attack Depace. I mean, it made no sense to me.
Tender. There's nothing tender about that kid.
Dan in St. Louis.
That kid's a stealth.
Hey, Howard, how you doing?
All right.
Hey, Jason needs to shut up, man. Just have a coconut smile and shut the fuck up because Scott does an awesome job, man.
He does. He gets all the action that goes on in here with robot cameras. Not easy to do.
That's right.
Yeah, that's right. All right, Dan, thank you.
Thanks, Howard.
Everybody here is valuable. Let's calm down. Everybody calm down.
I mean, yeah, everybody can understand somebody not wanting to listen to Ralph.
Oh, I can't imagine being forced to listen to Ralph.
Again, the best description is sometimes in this studio there's a conversation going on that's like this boiling cauldron of just hate and tension, and Ralph is the perfect added toxin
But my
to
problem-
turn into a full-blown hurricane.
You're right, but my problem is that Ralph actually did help improve the shot over at K-Rock.
Right, in this one
And I-
particular situation.
Yes, and I do need him involved
I'm not
because
saying that
there's a
Ralph
problem.
isn't valuable and doesn't have some, but people hate listening to
They
him.
do. How's Scott Depace doing, Doug? Back there?
He's all right.
He's
I think
okay.
we should sort of lay low.
Yeah, I know. He took a beating.
Well, he's defensive. He's very passionate about his job. He loves what he does, and he hates getting shit.
He got it.
Ralph really out of his life?
Yeah, he should be.
It's funny.
What about Jason?
I had a little incident with Ralph yesterday. I was going to talk to him off the air, but I heard you say you always fight on the air.
Yeah, I heard about that.
What happened
Oh, yeah, Beth
with
told
you
you?
two?
When he stormed out of the room like a baby?
Yeah, he's so
I was
gay.
irate, but I don't want to, I was going to talk to him today and let it cool because I was really boiling, but
Beth's
he was
together,
out of line. He was out of line.
Beth's putting a film together for a charity, the Dog Academy Awards. And so I guess somehow she involved Ralph.
Oh.
And, of course, he shows up an hour and a half late.
You're kidding.
And then says that he missed the train, which probably isn't true.
Yeah, he missed it because he was late for it.
Right. And then he shows up, and then he sits down, and he starts to say, the titling is, can I see it?
Well, here's the...
They'd already done an hour and a half of work, so it was like,
and now he wants to go back.
So Beth said it was fine, and everyone else said it was fine, and then he stormed out of the room.
Yeah, well, the backstory
and Beth had to go drag him back in. I said, you're kidding.
Yeah,
Sounds like a whole drama.
Ralph had a good idea. I'll give him that, and they did a good job together. But the backstory is that I told Ralph he could use this guy at the office, who's an amazing designer, this guy, Mark Gerges. He did it on his own time as a favor.
Right.
So he showed it to them for the first time, and Beth's like, I love it. Perfect.
Right.
And then Ralph said, could you see that that's a B for Bianca? Could you space it? I'm like, dude, Ralph, that's it. It's what it is.
Yeah.
And he goes, with that, he doesn't like taking anyone as an authoritative figure.
All right.
So he didn't want to hear it from me, so he just said, and he stormed out of the room.
All right.
And I was like, come on, dude. The guy's doing you a favor. I'm doing you a favor. I gave you edit time.
And Beth felt awful.
And how about Ralph giving me a thank you at the end of the day? Like, he didn't even say, like, nothing.
No.
Beth sent me an instant email. She said, you're the best. Thanks. Give me Carlo, the guy who edited. Give me his number, his email. Nothing.
She
like,
was
just
very
say
grateful.
thanks. Like, it's like... I don't know.
So simple.
Yeah, it's like you're not entitled to this. We're all doing you favors. Just say thank you.
It doesn't have to be.
Yeah, and I don't want to get in it with Ralph, but if you want to do it on the air, let's.
And if he's late, and if he's an hour and a half late, he's aggravated that you're a little annoyed by that.
Yeah.
You have no right to be mad.
You shouldn't be upset.
You're supposed. He's like Da Vinci.
Yeah,
You should wait for him.
He does. He tries to demand this respect of like an artist who creates his own moral universe.
Right.
You have to live in it. You know?
Yeah, you're dealing with Warhol.
Yeah, you're not Woody Allen, dude.
Ralph, go ahead.
Hey now.
Hey now.
Get that slug back in there. First of all, I was not an hour and a half late. You're completely lying, or you were told a lie. I was 10 minutes late. 10 minutes, and Beth left early, so she ran out before we were even finished. So, and I was there an hour went past she left. This is nothing. I'm trying to help her out.
Right.
Spending my day helping her out. I don't need shit for it.
Ooh.
Everybody's
all tested.
And the whole thing was my idea of how to execute it. So, yeah, I want it to look right. I mean, why should it not look right? What am I thanking Doug for? What did Doug do? Doug gave me nothing but trouble. Doug sits in there and starts going, everything was spaced together too tight. And I said to this guy, Mark, who is doing it on his time, who's nice enough to do it. I thanked him up and down. It's not even my project, and I'm busy thanking him and arranging to get him to do it. And he's happy to do it. I said, hey, could you just open it up a little bit because everything was just too tight. And Doug's like standing there back. He's doing nothing except it's we're going, in that dopey voice with those fucking bug eyes.
Yeah, Ralph, you're the biggest piece of garbage on earth.
That takes time. You know what, dude?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah,
you know what?
Yeah, it takes time
when
to
Beth
do it
says
right.
it's okay, it's her project. It might be your concept, but it's her ultimate say. She said it's fine. It's fine. Move on, douchebag.
No, you move on, douchebag.
Yeah, I did move on. I moved on and pissed you off, and you walked out of the room. Thank God.
Right. I walked.
You don't put a guy on the spot. The guy was on the spot. What's he going to say? No, he has other work to do. He did you.
You have no eye for this stuff.
You have no eye for this. You have no eye. Period. You might be blind. We see the stuff that you do. You freaking moron.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
all
the horrible stuff that I do.
Yeah.
All right, well, more fighting going on.
Is anybody going to be in anybody's life?
And Ralph, I gave you a compliment. Did you not hear the compliment? I said it was a good concept and it turned out really well. You don't hear that stuff. That was a good compliment I gave you. Did you hear it?
No. I hear you say you're a pain in the ass, Doug. I try to.
Why am I paying? I have 60 shows to deliver. I threw you in as a favor. Do you understand the concept of that? Do you understand that everyone did you a favor?
Who did me a favor? It's not my movie. How is that doing me a favor?
Because I put you guys in. I told you that Mark would do you a favor.
Doug, no.
When someone does you a favor and then Beth says it's fine, don't start nitpicking at it.
You didn't. What do you mean nitpicking at it?
Is that look like a B? Yes, it looks like a B. It's fine. Move on.
Doug, you had nothing to do with Mark doing it. He's doing it on his own time.
Yeah.
Mark Gerges, great artist, doing it on his own time. He's not doing it on demand. He's doing it at home.
What do you want to say, Gary?
Ed Ralph, I'm not coming down on you like piling on, but do you see? It's not about what your talent. Right? Nobody's jumping on your talent, but do you see that there's a pattern of an inability to work with people, and that sometimes you have to.
Absolutely. When I was 3 years old, on the report card, it said does not work well with others.
Oh,
Ralph,
is that
it's
right?
not.
I got to tell you guys, this is it. No more Mr. Nice Guy. I'm sick of this.
When were you nice?
No more Mr. Nice Guy.
Mr. Nice Guy.
Ralph,
It's out there.
not to confront you on this, but or start anything more, but you just have this aura about you. You're just very patronizing, condescending, belittling. Like you just don't come across nice. And I know you pretty well. I think you're a nice guy. Like at work, you're great to hang out with. You're nice, and then in the work mode, you're really, really, really out of line and obnoxious.
It's a
Well,
conversation.
like I said, I don't settle. If something doesn't look right, I don't like to settle for shit. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but there's a way to do it. That's a conversation we had on the wrap-up show where we said that.
But I'm telling you, Gary, I was in this control room with this guy Mark, and I said all these some lettering is being spelled out, and it just looked too tight. And you know what? By the way, he's fixing it because he agreed. I was right.
Okay, on his own time.
I don't know what happens. It's just.
Okay.
I think that people. Remember we talked about how you come across as having.
I have no patience
Ralph,
for
what
people
happened?
who like to do things half-assed.
Ralph, what happened? What happened
wow.
with your conversation with Scott Depace last night at home?
Oh my! Well, I feel bad for Scott. I mean, like, I just called him back. I was out all day, and I came home, and we're trying to get together, and then he just kind of like started in on me, like, just about how I shouldn't bring this stuff up on the air, and then how it's okay to bring up certain things on the air, like his politics. That's okay, but don't bring up about his. And I'm thinking to myself afterwards, I'm like, shit, I'd be more embarrassed by my politics and my homophobia and my racism than that Howard's angle doesn't look right.
That's not going to keep him out of work.
Yeah.
Dude, I can't take any more of you. Just shut the fuck up.
It's a tag team Ralph argument.
Look, dude.
Doug left and Scott came in.
Doug said it.
And then Gary tagged Doug. Scott tagged Doug.
I'm in. Ralph, really, dude. Doug said it.
Nice guy.
Doug said it perfect. You just have no way of
Perfectly.
talking to people. You sit there and you roll your eyes all the time, and you're.
That's right. You know what? Fuck it. I don't care.
Good. All right. So then let's work as little together as we
God,
can.
I've been trying. That's what I told you. I told you last night. I'm tired of trying to help you guys with stuff.
But why don't you take a clue from this whole thing that everyone's got a problem with working with you and try to fix that? Start with that. Forget Howard's camera angle for 2 minutes. Work on that. Go see a therapist. I tried to help you just 2 weeks ago. We're doing
I put him
something.
in therapy. He bowed out.
Just 2 weeks ago, we're doing something. We're doing
Couldn't
something.
You couldn't pay the guy.
Well, he can't work with people. How's he going to afford it?
The guy threw me right out of there.
Hey, he couldn't work with Ralph, the therapist.
Look, I can afford it, and I'm not going.
Right.
Just 2 weeks ago, we're working on this 1 cent preview thing, and there was a shot of Howard up there, and I turned to Ralph, knowing he's a stylist, and said, "Do you like Howard's hair like that?" He turned to me like I had just bothered him. He rolled his eyes and was like, "Oh," and I said, "Geez, I'm sorry," and he goes, "Oh, it's fine." And it's like, dude, there's another way to put that point across. You could have just said, "Yeah, that's fine."
I'll be completely honest with you. My memory of that was like I looked at his hair and I was like, well, yeah, I guess it's fine. I didn't have that attitude. You got a whole thing conjured up in your head about what I just.
That's the point. You don't even know that you do these things.
Right. Well, yeah. I mean, that's me. I don't think it's going to fucking change. I've tried.
Well.
I
Okay,
tried. Like
so you
I said,
always
I've
be a
been
dick.
I've been
Fine.
trying. I can keep my mouth
So you
shut
always be a
about
dick, and at some point, when Howard drops you loose, you'll be unemployed.
Yeah, well.
That's basically what it'll be. You'll have to find a job where you work more than 1 hour a day. You'll have to work 8 hours a day.
Right. No.
And you'll have to try to make, and possibly you might.
I've got enough money. I can retire probably about a year.
Yeah.
I'm fine. Don't worry about me.
All right. Well,
He
good.
saved
then.
money by not
I
going
don't
to a
worry about you
therapist.
having a job past this job. You're all fucking worried about like that.
That's not what I was saying.
The community's not going to want to hire you because you can't get Howard's fucking lighting and camera right.
Oh man.
It's really tough.
I'm not having this conversation again.
Yeah,
I that was my whole day yesterday.
Yeah, Columbia Pictures won't be calling.
See, that's how little you know. That's how little you know. Columbia Pictures. I'm in television. I'm a television director. I do not
They
have
have a
any
TV division, Columbia.
Yeah, well,
Oh, that's
it's
what
still
Ralph meant.
they don't have a live television division. All right, I'm not interested in doing films. You piece of shit.
Does Pam? Clearly, you don't have the talent for that.
Oh my God. Oh, I'm sure you do. That film would fucking take 20 years and never get completed.
Absolutely, it would. You see how good my film festival entry was, and I thank you for your help on that. You were very helpful. You were really
And what a
good.
pain in the ass you were, dude. Even my wife, we were trying to have a family day, and I spent about 6 hours on that crap because he didn't like, just exactly like Doug was saying, the B doesn't quite look right, or the roll's a little too fast. And I fixed it and took all that time.
I didn't thank you up and down for that.
Up and down? You said, whatever. You thanked me, but you still were a pain in the ass.
Oh, okay. So what? So I can't get it right. Like okay, Scott, just make me some fucking titles.
You can't get it right when someone's doing you a favor. You don't have any idea that that wasn't my job. I was trying to help you out.
Scott, you're not doing me a favor if you don't do it right or the way I want it.
Holy fuck! Did you just hear that? Well, then I'm not going to do it next time for you.
Okay,
dude, it was my own. It was my Sunday. I'm trying to relax with my family. You couldn't find a graphic artist to do your film festival thing, so I said, "Yeah, I'll do it."
I don't need you.
And then you weren't happy with version 1. You needed some changes.
Anymore. You work too slow. You should have done it quicker. It would have.
All right, so now you're in the Jason mode. Okay, I get it.
I suffered through your inability. You know, I should have been able to tell you a couple things. You don't know what you're doing. You're not a graphics guy, so you were having.
I never claimed to be. I just happen to know a lot of things. Last week I was trying to give Ralph some advice. Hey, maybe you might want to take a computer class and learn a little bit about Photoshop so you can at least express your ideas a little bit better. And he said, no, I'm not quite sure that's the direction I want to go in. So, well, what do you want to do? And he said, oh, maybe I'll become more in radio. I'm like, well, why don't you go take a sound editing class? Oh, no, I'm not sure. Dude, you're a worthless piece of shit. You want to live off of others, and that's it. Go accomplish something.
How do I live off of others?
Dude, a guy like myself wants to give a project and go.
Others. You take your fucking wife's money. She probably makes more than you.
Well, whatever. We've been living with that life for a long time, but that's fine.
Right.
She does great.
I think I've heard enough of this. Scott, thank you.
Next time you want Ralph to complete something, give it to him, and he's going to then turn it off to a professional and take all the credit, and it'll take forever to get done, and the professional will be ready to jump out a window. But that's how Ralph lives with. That's his work.
His MO,
process.
you think?
Yeah. Well, like I said, no more Mr. Nice Guy.
Good. All right.
Anybody want to tag out and bring in someone else? Scott, I know you're upset.
Anybody out the door?
I don't know how this thing mushroomed. I think you're a great director. I just it was between me and you trying to figure out the lighting and the.
And really, Scott, do you hear the show? I mean, like, it's a goof. And, like, how can you get yourself all fucking worked up over it?
Again, Ralph, I tried to explain this to you last night.
Scott's practically crying, all right?
Goof about me, about anything.
Right.
But when I have a career, I have a family, and I don't want to sit there and listen from two lowlifes. If Gary came in and said
wait a second. I love that you say, hey, Ralph, could you do me a favor and not mention this because you're a fucking lowlife? I mean, in the same breath, you call me a lowlife, and then you expect me to treat you with some sort of respect. I mean, come on. You have no respect, and you have no respect for Jason, who is the hardest working guy in that office.
Yeah, he was trying to explain to me that Jason works harder than Gary, works harder than anyone here at this place.
He's the hardest working guy in that office. He's there.
And I think someone who types, that doesn't count as hard work, in my opinion.
No. So a body sitting there till 8 o'clock is not hard.
Whatever. I don't want to get into the Jason show. I could care less about him.
He works harder than you.
He's dead to you.
He's dead to me.
All right. Well, obviously, there's a lot of animosity going on back there in the Howard Stern universe.
I used to think we were such a tight-knit
And you're just eating it all up.
I don't like to see this at all.
Oh, look at that smile on your face.
Howard, it's the only time you shut up. You said to me once, you go. And this is off the air. You go, oh, God, I love it when people argue. It's like fucking music to my ears.
I love it.
You just get the biggest smile on
It's so great. I could sit in my car and listen to two guys argue all day if it's on the radio. So, and it's got to be real. And this is as real. I mean, Scott's got tears in his eyes.
I don't have tears in my eyes.
No,
I've got anger.
No, you've got some tears.
Well, you must cry when you're angry.
I study you.
And believe me, it's real for me, too. I woke up at like 5:30, and this shit starts racing through my head.
It's got to be real. It's got to be all fired up. But
wasn't easy for me to get to sleep last night. I couldn't sleep until about 11:30. I'm still sitting there playing through this crap through my head.
That's good. That's good. That makes for better arguing.
I called Scott at like 8 o'clock. I called him back, and he was all fired up still.
What's he all fired up? What are you fired up? You care what Jason and Ralph think of you as a director? If I say you're a good director, you're a good director. These guys
You know
don't
what,
know.
man? It's not. I thought through it yesterday. If JD had said it, I would have laughed it off. It's.
What? With Jason and Ralph?
What about Ralph
It's
and Jason?
Ralph, first of all, on his professional level. You're right. I don't respect him. And I don't want to hear it from him.
But he knows
That's
deep down
that.
I'm right, so that's what really. That's he knows. He knows I'm right about what I'm saying, so that's why he gets upset.
Whatever. That's not true.
Look, we're just talking about improving a camera angle and improving lighting.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean you don't know what you're doing.
And I'll get it right. I'll
of course
keep
you will.
searching for that.
And don't. And
angle.
Ralph was instrumental in helping us the last
He
time.
wasn't. See, that's
No?
the fact. You don't quite know. He
All right,
wasn't.
I thought he was.
No, he wasn't. He came in one day, gave me a bunch of shit. I wanted to throw him out the window that day.
Right.
And we
Right.
got
No,
it
I
right
didn't- I
after
didn't
that.
come in constantly and try and help you with
No,
it.
not constantly. There was one time, Ralph.
There was more than one.
One time.
Scott. All right, so I won't come in. So you fix it, Howard. I'll just let you know. I was going.
And then I started thinking about it yesterday. I'm like, if Ralph had such a problem, he's watched,
He didn't
plenty
have a
of.
problem. I had the problem.
Well,
He
yeah,
heard
but
the
if he's
problem.
such an expert and knows how to fix it, why can't he? He looked at probably 20 hours of tape back there. Every Thursday comes in and watches tape. He didn't see it. So where's your defense for that, Mr. Stylist, Mr. Know-it-all of
He wasn't
Howard's
upset.
world?
I was. And
But wait, if he knows what you like,
but he listened to me and he said, "Well, maybe I can help. Maybe I can help get to that lighting."
And so did I.
So that's all. So you guys should work together.
It's fine. I told him, I said, what time could you come in today? You know what he told me? 10 o'clock. I'm like, well, that might not be the best time. I mean, Howard's into news mode at that point. And
Right.
why don't you show up at 8? Maybe when we have a guest interview or something like that, Ralph.
Scott, you asked me what time are you going to come in? I said 10.
Ralph, I barely wanted
You
to
didn't
speak
tell me
to
what
you.
time to come in.
All right. Let's drop this for a minute.
I said that might not be a good idea. Did I not say that? The 10 o'clock might be a little late.
You know what? There's no point in me coming in. You don't respect my opinion. I'm not going to fucking waste my
But Howard does.
Yeah, but you're not going to listen to me.
Sure, I will. At this point, I want nothing to do with it. Go ahead. You tell me what to do. I'll
Wait,
do
you
it.
want to know who has a couple of lighting suggestions, and maybe this is more of a
Wendy the retard?
No, close. Siobhan. Hi, Siobhan. How are you?
Hello?
Yes.
Hey, I wanted to I just have a couple of suggestions. I used to do lighting for theater in college.
Okay, come on in.
In college?
Well, you've got more experience than anyone here.
Yeah, do you light the studio itself with the lights, or do you add the lighting effects in the editing?
Oh God.
Oh.
All right. Thank you, Siobhan. What is it, Gary?
I don't want to.
Now he's crying.
Scott, would you mind working with Siobhan on this project? It's either Ralph or Siobhan. You take your choice.
You know, there's one other weird thing going on here that I guess I didn't see, which is I thought that it was really obvious that Jason is just breaking Scott's balls for the sake of breaking his balls, but everybody out there tells me that there's a thing between the two of them.
Oh, definitely.
I didn't know that.
And I didn't know that either. That there's a genuine sort of underlying dislike that neither of them talk about.
You know what it's like when you're in high school and you're talking to somebody and someone's giving you shit and he's the fat, pudgy kid and he's giving you shit and you're sitting there going, oh, my God, I want to fucking just kill you? You know what that's like?
Yeah.
That's what I get from Jason.
You just want to beat him up and be done with
Yeah, yeah.
It's so great.
Wait, here's Jason.
I'm out of here.
Why? Don't leave
I
now.
told
Let's
you,
get it
Jason's
worked
dead
out.
to him. The
What is
dead
it,
man is
Jason?
talking.
Scott's looking for the nearest high school to stuff Jason
What
in a
is it,
locker.
Jason?
Yeah, Scott's just got a major problem with me. And, he's, you like 90% of the time we talk and we're fine and I think we get along. But
I had no idea you guys were at each other's
yeah, but
throats.
he's got some thing with me where I can't say anything to him. I can't disagree with him. I can't
Dude, we have-
criticize him or he's
Politically, I've heard you argue with Scott, and you do put up a very good argument.
No, he doesn't put up a good argument. He takes over the argument. You can't get a word in.
No,
So-
he
and-
gives
and
you a
it's
good run for your money.
frustrating.
Yeah, he gives you a good run for your money.
Howard, what if you tried to do your radio show and all day all I did is just yell and just keep yelling? You'd think I was crazy and annoying, and you'd shut my mic off. Well, that's what I want to do to him all the time. First
of all, that's totally. You come to my desk. I never go back by you to start arguing. So I'm sitting there at my desk, and you
I
come in and
enjoy
you go,
that part of
buh, buh, buh. Then this whole argument starts, and you sit there, and anytime I open my mouth about
don't
anything,
worry.
you get all angry, and you go, "You're stupid," and you storm off. And
Don't worry, it
pout.
won't happen anymore.
Good.
You should stay on the television side, Scott. You don't even need to be in the office there.
That's a good point. What are you going back over to the intern area?
Again, because you don't know, Howard, you don't even know how this place works. There's a lot of interaction. I've got to go to Will for a lot of things. I've got to go to Jason for a lot of
You know
things.
what? There is something that you don't know, and I swear to God, we should start taping this. I don't know if you're aware that there's a whole other radio show that goes on, a real radio show. You hear I'm talking to you on this intercom? Well, Jason and Will and TB have this intercom as well. And while the show's going on, they're all yelling at each other, debating each other. It's the funniest fucking thing.
By the way, almost all started by Scott. It's like we're sitting there, and all of a sudden I hear blaring out of this intercom. Like,
my God,
see, Bush was right.
It's not. That's not true.
It is true. You know what?
9 times out of 10, we're giving them some information that we want to pass to you for the show, and a lot of it helps out.
That's true. But yeah, like one time, like Scott started an argument in the office about politics or something, and it ends, and he leaves, and then an hour later, I get a call on my cell phone from his car. He's like, "I'm still angry about this," and he starts like screaming. I mean, he's a maniac.
Yeah, I got that call last
Because I can't believe how stupid you are.
Well, why are you arguing about politics with everyone? Why don't you keep your opinions and listen to Rush Limbaugh and Bill O'Reilly?
I used
by
to say
yourself?
I say at K-Rock, I remember going back there, and I would actually go, guys, no more politics.
Yeah, I mean, it's
a
who
rule.
cares?
I can't listen, man.
I mean, you guys.
I disagree with you on everything politically anymore, and I have not come in here once.
Well,
so
yeah,
don't
you
tell
just
me.
yell at me.
You're yelling at Jason.
You're busy fighting
I'm
with everyone.
not. I haven't been
just direct. Forget about all that other shit, man.
Okay.
What are you busy with the politics? You're not going to elect
It's
to
hard
anything.
for me. I'm sitting there, and you say something so
So
asinine.
what?
I've got to respond.
But don't
to it.
argue with him.
I don't. And
Come
that's
in
it.
here.
You liar.
Bullshit, dude. How
Dude,
many
you
arguments
come and
in the
argue
past
with me
2
all the
months?
time.
In the past 2
What
months,
do you
not
do?
once.
If I say something
Not
stupid,
true.
what do? You pick up and talk to Jason?
Yes, that's what he does. You say
That's
something
crazy.
That's not true.
Forget about it. So yell at me. Yell at the
I'll come
TV
in and
screen.
yell at you.
You don't even have to come in.
Yeah,
Talk
don't
to the
bother
TV.
Jason. He's trying to
I
work.
do. Ask the guys in the man room. I yell at the TV screen all
That's
the time.
okay.
I
That's
yell
good.
right at you.
Talk to the wall.
Howard, you say one thing about politics, and that intercom starts blaring.
Jason,
You got to
all right.
concentrate
so
on your job.
I guess right now you're trying to push my buttons again because you know this is
No,
not
that's true, dude. That is absolutely true. Ask anyone. That's Steve. That's Will. They all sit next to the intercom. They hear you.
How many times have I done it in the past month? Not once.
I have my headphones on. Will has to tap me on the shoulder, so Scott's yelling about you on the intercom.
All right, whatever, dude.
I'll
whatever.
tell you,
God.
last night on the phone, Scott,
I'm like, what did I do?
Scott really does hate Jason. I mean, he just spewed this venom about Jason to me on the phone, and I almost hung up on him because I really like Jason, and I just thought it was horrible.
What was he saying?
He's just the lowest piece of shit, lazy, bad bit. You know, every adjective you could. And I was
That's pretty
just like,
accurate.
Jesus, I said,
Fuck you, man.
Fuck you.
That's what
Seriously.